Hello everyone, this is Urvashi Chauhan and you are watching Courts Today by LiveLaw. We bring to you the latest and in-depth legal coverage. Coming to you with a brief of what all happened in the Indian courts today. As you know that the Constitution Bench of the Supreme Court is going to start the hearing on the question of marriage right equality of the LGBTQ community, that is the legalization of marriage between same-sex people. This morning, Union of India, through Solicitor General of India Tushar Mehta, mentioned before the CJI and submitted that certain important aspects would be argued as preliminary submissions. As you already know that Union of India has been opposing the legalization of same-sex marriage. Today, in its second counter affidavit, the Union of India contended that marriage is an exclusively heterogeneous institution. The counter affidavit states that those seeking marriage equality in India merely represent urban elitist views for the purpose of social acceptance, and that the popular will of the people is that marriage be recognized solely amongst heterosexual individuals. The centre has sought for the Apex Court to dismiss the batch of petitions on grounds of maintainability. In its first counter affidavit, the central government last week had said that the union between persons of opposite sex is socially, culturally, and legally ingrained into the very idea and concept of marriage and ought not to be disturbed or diluted by judicial interpretation. You must also know that the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights has filed an intervention application in the marriage equality petitions before the Supreme Court by raising concerns about adoption of children by same-sex couples. Whereas the Delhi Commission for Protection of Child Rights intervened in the matter, supporting the marriage equality petitions and the adoption rights of same-sex couples. Recently, Supreme Court notified the composition of the 5-judge bench which will hear the batch of petitions seeking legal recognition for same-sex marriage in India. The bench comprising Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, Justice Ravindra Bhatt, Justice Hema Kohli and Justice P.S. Narasimha will start hearing the cases from tomorrow. For more updates on the case, stay tuned. In another case, a PIL has been moved before the Supreme Court seeking the constitution of an independent expert committee to inquire into the killing of Atiq Ahmed and his brother Ashraf, who were killed by 3 assailants on Saturday while they were in police custody. As you know that Ahmed brothers were shot from a point-blank range in full view of media persons. The incident took place just 2 days after Atiq's son Asad was killed in an encounter. The PIL has been filed by Advocate Vishal Tiwari and seeks an inquiry into the 183 encounters which have occurred in the state of Uttar Pradesh since 2017, including the 2020 encounter of criminal Vikas Dubey. The plea also questions the credibility of the report of the 3-member inquiry commission headed by Justice B.S. Chauhan, former Supreme Court judge, which was formed to inquire into Vikas Dubey encounter and had found no evidence of wrongdoing on the part of UP police. Importantly, the PIL plea argues that if any accused who is under the police custody gets killed, then it raises questions on the police efficiency and creates a doubt if it is a conspiracy involving the system. In fact, if you recall last month, Atiq Ahmed had approached the Supreme Court raising an apprehension that he would be gunned down by the Uttar Pradesh police in a fake encounter and wanted protection. But the Supreme Court had denied relief, saying that the state machinery would protect him. Tell us about your views on the incident in the comment box below. An important development came from the Supreme Court today in the case against godman Asarambapu. Asarambapu, convicted by lower court in a minor's rape case, has filed an appeal at the Rajasthan High Court, where he has contended that the entire prosecution case is false and fabricated. He had moved an application to summon Additional Commissioner of Police Jaipur, Rajasthan, Ajay Pal Lamba, for recording his evidence as a court witness. He alleged that the victim was tutored on the basis of some videography done by Mr. Lamba, a description of which has been mentioned in a book co-authored by Mr. Lamba. Asaram's application to summon Mr. Lamba was made so that he could be cross-examined by the defense as well as the prosecution. On this, the Rajasthan High Court had last year issued an order to summon Mr. Lamba for recording his evidence. Further, a special leave appeal was filed by the state of Rajasthan challenging this order. Today, the Supreme Court bench comprising Justice Sanjeev Khanna and Justice M.M. Sundaresh allowed the SLP, set aside the impugned order and requested the High Court to take up the appeal for hearing expeditiously. The Supreme Court today dismissed the petition filed by Kerala government against the directions of Kerala High Court to relocate the rogue elephant Arikomban from Munnar area to another tiger reserve area. Arikomban is a Malayalam word where Ari means rice and Komban means male elephant. The name has been suitably given to the animal for his special fondness for rice, for which he used to raid ration shops and homes. The elephant had created havoc in the tribal settlements in Idukki district, and because of the threat faced by the tribal colonies in the region, the state government decided to capture the elephant and relocate it to Elephant Center in Ernakulam district. Challenging this move, a group of animal rights activists moved the Kerala High Court. A division bench of the High Court stayed the relocation, saying that shifting the animal from its natural habitat to force it to spend its remaining life in captivity will amount to cruelty. The High Court had then constituted an expert committee to examine the matter, which recommended that the elephant be shifted to an alternate forest at Parambikulam. This recommendation was accepted by the High Court but was challenged by the settlers of that region, who opposed the bringing of dangerous animal to their area. The Supreme Court bench comprising Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, Justice P.S. Narasimha and Justice J.B. Pardiwala today declined to interfere by observing that the recommendation to relocate the elephant was made by a committee of experts. The Supreme Court of India today came down heavily on the Mumbai Metro Rail Corporation Limited (MMRCL). The Supreme Court imposed a penalty of rupees 10 lakhs on MMRCL for overreaching the Apex Court's order and seeking permission from the Tree Authority to cut 177 trees despite the Supreme Court allowing it to consider removal or non-removal of only 84 trees from the RA forest. The bench comprising CJI D.Y. Chandrachud, Justice P.S. Narasimha and Justice J.B. Pardiwala rebuked MMRCL for acting in contempt of the court's order dated 29th of November last year on the felling of trees at the RA forest. Appearing for MMRCL, Solicitor General of India Tushar Mehta submitted that the intention of MMRCL was not to overreach the Supreme Court. MMRCL tendered an apology and stated that as per the 2019 survey, 84 trees were to be cut. But according to the newer surveys being necessitated, there was now a need for more trees to be cut. The Supreme Court today allowed MMRCL to fell 177 trees and directed the Chief Conservator of Forest to complete all afforestation as directed. Trinamool Congress spokesperson Saket Gokhale was today granted bail by the Supreme Court bench of Justice B.R. Gawai and Justice Vikram Nath in alleged misappropriation of funds case. The allegations against him are that he collected over 72 lakh rupees from more than 1700 persons through a crowdfunding platform and used that money for personal use and thus misappropriated the funds. In February this year, the Gujarat High Court had denied him the bail, but the Supreme Court considered various factors like the nature of allegation, the fact that the charge sheet has already been filed, and that he has been in custody for nearly 109 days, and so granted him the bail. In January this year, he was also arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in the money laundering case over alleged misappropriation of funds. And now coming to an important update regarding the ongoing Gyanvapi Mosque case. The Supreme Court today directed that a meeting be convened tomorrow by the District Collector Varanasi to consider the request of Gyanvapi Masjid Committee to make arrangements for wuzu, that is religious ablution, and washroom in view of the Ramazan month. In May last year, after the plaintiffs claimed that a shivling had been found inside the Gyanvapi mosque premises during a survey, the Varanasi court ordered to seal the place concerned, which was Wuzu Khana, where Muslim worshippers used to perform ablutions before prayers. In another high-profile defamation case reported from Gujarat, a court in Ahmedabad district has issued summons to Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party's Rajya Sabha MP Sanjay Singh in a criminal defamation complaint filed by Gujarat University for the alleged derogatory statements made by the two in connection with the controversy regarding Prime Minister Narendra Modi's academic degree. As you know that in 2016, the Central Information Commission had directed the Gujarat University to provide information regarding degrees in the name of Mr. Narendra Damodas Modi to Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. The university had filed an appeal regarding this, and the Gujarat High Court had quashed the said order of the Central Information Commission. The present complaint states that right after Gujarat High Court quashed the Central Information Commission's order, CM Kejriwal and MP Sanjay Singh made sarcastic and defamatory statements in press conferences and on Twitter handles targeting the university over Modi's degree. The court today issued the summons and have asked both to appear on May 23rd. Thank you for watching. If you wish to know more details about the cases I mentioned here, please visit our website at www.livelawmedia.in. Stay ahead with quick legal updates only on LiveLaw. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe and support us.